I just hit my head.
That is how we're beginning episode 28 of Funny in Theory.
How you do me like that, ponytail?
That's Sierra Bailey. I'm Joshua Will. We're here at CHS Field talking about... What are we talking about today?
I don't know. I told you I have nothing.
We have nothing. It's
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. What are your plans?
It's Monday.
That's pretty much where I'm at, too. My daughter was very disappointed because she kept throwing hints like, do you remember 2 years ago when you got that marshmallow stuffed animal and you put it on my plate in the morning? Maybe you want to do that? And it's like, I just happened to come across that, Tilda. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. If I see something I like, I don't have any plans right now. Okay, but if you want to get one. And so she came down to my office yesterday, and she's like, what is that? And like on the shelf behind me.
Oh, yeah.
It was hidden, but somehow she had cranked her neck enough to see. And I was like, that's your gift for tomorrow. Well, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, well... You want it now? No, I don't want it now. Valentine's Day is ruined.
Oh, wow.
And then I gave it to her last night, and I said, look, this is your cup of coffee. It's this big cup of coffee that's foam and very lovely. She's like, no, I want it tomorrow. I'm like...
Is it real coffee?
No.
I was like, why would you give your kid coffee?
Get her going. Prepare her for life.
That stunts their growth.
No, the marshmallow stuffed animals are the ones that are just really super soft. She has a collection of them, and I use them for pillows for my neck. So it's really all about me. So that's what we're doing today.
Great.
I originally thought, let's take a look at Game Day Intern.
How do you know there's Game Day Intern, though? Does it say Game Day on there?
It just says interns.
Well, it could be full-time. I think those are some of the ones that were complaining.
And it basically turned into giant Yelp reviews, where most of them were positive, but someone had a specific gripe that probably they caused. And as I was reading them, I started to get angry, and I didn't want to bring that anger into a Monday morning meeting.
It could be funny, though. Maybe let me look at the site.
Yes, I didn't want to bring this up right away because, again, there's very specific complaints.
Yeah.
Specifically broad, but it's like, that's not the case.
That they're just...
Yes. So
not pulling their weight. So
or the main complaint is they didn't get paid for the non-paid internship. Long hours. Really? Are there long hours here? Because I'm pretty sure that's something you put on the table right away.
Oh, for sure. If it's the full-time internship, if a game day intern's complaining about long hours, or
girl, you don't
kidding?
Know. Yeah.
Let's see. By the time the game day interns get here, our staff has been here for around 8 hours before the game day interns even get here. And then there's another 6-ish that you work. Maybe 7, maybe 6.5. I don't know. How slow is the game going, Joe?
And they get weeks off at a time.
I haven't even read anything.
Oh,
I'm getting spiced.
Oh, I can't wait. So what I thought we would do today is play a little Family Feud.
Okay.
I went to a website to pull up some questions I thought were either relevant to the office or what happens during games.
Okay.
And see how well you do with that. But also, as I was locked away in my own house last night, trying to give my son a little privacy so he could watch a movie with his, we won't go into personal life here. He needed the house. Let's just say that.
Well, give a little bit of context. Now it just sounds like he needed time alone.
He needed time alone. No, he has a friend. He has a gal friend. A gal friend. And they get to see each other on weekends.
And they shut the door twice.
Yes. I started going through old YouTube videos, and I'm not talking about like last year's or the 2019. We're going back as far as we can.
Saints videos?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, Superfan doing the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then a lot of stuff over at Midway, which is really odd for me to watch because it's similar to what we do, but it's so completely foreign. I don't recognize anybody in these videos. This is the old Mu-Donna before she had the facelift.
I know. Gosh, Mu-Donna looks so jagged back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, what? Try to fix the resolution on the television.
Like her head got caught between two walls coming in.
There's a little, I can't use the phrase I wanted to use.
Okay.
A really cute shot of Derek with his son, who was probably 2 or 3 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And this kid's in college now, and there's another one in high school, so this is a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sego, who looks exactly like Sego,
I know.
is still there, but he was playing doing the goalie for a lot of stuff.
For the St. Paul Civ, probably?
Probably. So he had different costumes every single time. One of them he had his shirt off, which made me kind of laugh. But then in terms of ushertainers or people speaking, didn't recognize anybody. Anybody. And I know the crew that came before us.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say, is Sierra in any of these? No, I think this is even before you. So it was just kind of like, this is weird. But I wanted to kind of get that sense of, let's take a look. And I thought to myself, let's visit some of the old ushertainers that are no longer with us and see if you have any stories about them, if you remember them, or if there's any type of...
Do you have a list?
I do.
Okay.
Do you remember... Okay, you remember Chef's original name.
Chef Charté.
Chef Charté. Do you remember who Miss Adventure was before she was Miss Adventure?
Annie Ballerini.
Allie Ballerini, that's right.
Annie, sorry.
Annie, yep. And then this one made me laugh. Marshall Marsh and his trusty steed Buttercup.
He barely worked. Wasn't he a cowboy?
He was a cowboy.
Yeah, he barely worked any games. That was my very first year, 2013.
And apparently his name was MJ Marsh. That's as much as I know.
Yep.
Do you remember who, and I'm wondering, was this the precursor to Al Aboard, who is our conductor? For those of you listening at home, we used to play over at Midway, and the trains would go by in the background, so we had this conductor character that made sense at the time. But this one was Claude Caboose.
Why do I remember? Yeah, I remember that name, but I don't remember why. I don't know why, if we'd have two of them, though.
I'm wondering, did one come before the other?
I don't know. I thought Al Aboard started in 2013, but maybe it was 2014.
Now there were
maybe Claude was before him.
There were a bunch of ushertainers that started in 2013.
I know. I don't think we're going to be able to do 10-year anniversaries for all of them.
No, I don't. I think
we set the precedent, unfortunately. Screw us.
Also, some of them haven't been here for the last couple of years simply because of COVID and protocols and life and stuff like that. So there's not exactly 10 years. And if you work one game last year, I can't quite count that right now.
We might just have to do what we do with birthdays now. You used to get your own day, your own celebration of birthday treats. Now it's like monthly.
Chris Schwab is the only one who seems to get like the full-on birthday treatment on field.
Well, that's because if we have a game or something.
Yeah.
And it was his 40th a couple of years ago. That's why. But
poor Josh and his 50th at home in November off the grid. Do you remember Dr. Pepper?
No, never heard. Wait, no. She worked one game. Brian brought her out for one game for the theme of the night.
Well, she got a full-on ushertainer post on Facebook, the old St. Paul Saints entertainment team.
Yeah, I think she can't. I don't remember what the theme was. She was at one game.
Okay. Pretty much like Lower Town Lenny.
Yeah.
One game.
Nah, he's been at like 2 or 3.
He was at 2 or 3. And then there were multiple of these, and it was just a character that never took off. And one of the first things Brian Kelly told me is like, I love this character, can't make him work. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Sir Homer? I don't know.
Sir Homer? Oh, I didn't put him on this list. No. Billy Cann.
Oh, yeah, Billy Cann.
Of the Wilderness Patrol or something like that? Yeah.
I think it's funny. It might have just been not the right actors for them. I don't know.
So I know that there were 2 definitely, but I think there was even a 3rd there. But he would make fires on top of the dugout.
Yeah. He'd walk around. He had a backpack.
Yep.
He wore a Boy Scout uniform. And he had
pots and pans.
Yes, the pots and pans would be hooked to his backpack. So he just made the worst noise when he would walk by you.
I think that's very funny. Caveman Dan.
Caveman Dan. I remember him.
Sean Hansberry. Not.
I don't know the person. I don't remember him, but Caveman Dan. He used to just run across the field during promotions yelling, Saints go. Saints go.
Would he run it as a caveman?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Miss Coco Belle.
I do remember that a little bit.
All right. Coming up, I think we're going to have 3 new ushertainers this year, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, yeah?
And a new field correspondent.
Oh, yeah.
So come to the Saints game and see if that actually, if that actually
works out
for us. All right, a little Family Feud here.
Maybe I'll even give you your wish and go on the microphone once.
I think you should. I think you'd be very good at it. Name an item you might buy in a souvenir shop.
A T-shirt.
Okay, that's
a shot glass.
Right there, number one.
Okay.
Okay. Shot glass, yeah. Here, they have a mug, so I'll just go for any type of drinking utensil or whatever it is.
How about a keychain?
Keychain was number two? You're rocking.
I was going to say keychain first because that's what I bought when I was in Orlando.
Okay. And think about what we have up in the Saints store here. What else would we have? So far, you have a T-shirt, a keychain, and a shot glass / mug.
I don't know.
Okay. We have postcard, which I don't think we have any.
We do?
No. On the list here, we have postcard, which I don't think we have upstairs. A magnet.
I was going to say a magnet then, if we're going with that.
And then stuffed animal. Have you seen our stuffed animal Mu-Donnas?
Yeah, I don't. What is that?
It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. All right. Name a first date faux pas. What are things you don't want to do or hear on a first date?
Talk about your ex.
That's number one. You are nailing these.
Should I keep going?
Yeah, give me one more and I'll see.
Being drunk.
Ooh, that's good. That should have been on here. Their number two was being late for a first date. Okay.
What define late though? More than 10 minutes?
I think, yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't want, if I were on a blind date, I wouldn't want to be there first, or at least walk in there rather than have them sit and wonder and then look around saying, where's this person?
Oh, yeah.
But it's been so long since that happened. Coming on too strong or saying I love you on a first date. That would be
obviously.
That would be creepy. Talking nonstop.
Yeah.
And forgetting your wallet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could see that.
I don't have. This one's good because this reminds me of Mr. Sego Masabuchi. Sing along with Sego. Name some popular songs at karaoke. Do you say karaoke or do you say karaoke?
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
Living on a Prayer.
That is not on here.
What?
Not on here. Keep that anger going.
Let's tequila, because it's like one word.
Have you seen that YouTube video of the guy singing tequila?
No, but I walked into, this was a few years ago. We went to a bar on West 7th and the karaoke was going on, and it was one of a former Saints player was singing tequila at that same moment. We just walked in. I think it was me and Jordan. We're like, is that Schlosser up there? Like, what is going on? Tequila. And then they just stand there awkwardly and then tequila.
That is doing public karaoke is the worst when there is a musical break. Like, do I just stand here or do I groove with the music or
do I smile?
Do I turn around and just take a sip of whatever I have with me right now? When I went out with my wife's cousins in Japan, and we went to karaoke, and it was very funny in the sense that they knew all these American songs, but they didn't know them very well. So there are a lot of Billy Joel songs and a lot of Elton John songs.
So Rocket Man, is he on there?
He is not on there, but Piano Man is.
Piano Man. What about Sweet Caroline?
Oh, that song drives me nuts.
Is it on there?
No, it's not. I don't really agree with this list.
What's number one?
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Why? People want to belt it out?
The minute you close your eyes, you can see kind of this, half in the bag, a housewife up there.
I can't believe that's number one. Well, I guess that's what people voted to be number one.
Yes. Let It Go from Frozen. Ugh. Wanna Be by the Spice Girls, which I don't quite agree with.
Andy used to play that Let It Go every tennis ball toss back at Midway. Get it?
I get it. And Bohemian, one of my, I was going to say favorite things, but I'm not going to say favorite things, is a song will come on, and I have to think, how did Andrew Crowley get there? Like he'll hear one word in the song, which may not come until the end of the song, but it'll play and it'll play.
He's playing it for a reason.
There's a reason for everything, but every once in a while it's like, all right, let's get our detective hat on and figure out why he's playing it. And
also, this is a sidestep. Since you love to say things are your favorite, that's like a YouTube thing. Like, my favorite things of the month of February. Like, we should do it for you. Josh's favorite things.
You do. I found out have a catchphrase too, and I listened to it last week. So?
I don't know. I say so a lot.
That's stupid.
That's stupid. I say that.
Yeah, but it's like it's. Remember how we were talking about how not great. What was the word we were like you can use for everything? Nice. Yeah. You're stupid, or sometimes it's dumb. Is that your way of like, that's kind of funny, but I'm not going to laugh at it, or this is straight up stupid, or yeah, I don't see where that's going. That's dumb. So I was listening last week, and a lot of times I'll get done with these things that I pull off the internet that I have no emotional attachment to, and I'll say something to you, stupid. Dang. Ooh, name an event where it would be a bad idea to laugh.
Funeral.
They're number one. You'd be good at this. You would be good at this.
Oh, what else? Baptism? I don't know.
I like that.
I mean, you can laugh at a wedding.
Well, that's number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe at the wrong time you can't laugh. My friend's wedding that I was in once, they have the unity candle. I think I was towards the end and we were just standing there waiting for her. And I didn't have to carry it, but someone else did. I don't know. I think I started laughing and they were holding on to it and I totally blew out the candle. We had to turn around to a different candle that was just lit in this church to relight it. I was like, oh man. Oh my God.
I have
no one saw, I don't think, because it was when she was about to walk down the aisle. Man, anyways.
I have never told you the full story of just the shit show that was my wedding. Anything that could go wrong went wrong. And this could be an entire episode, but this is about baseball. Yeah. But my wife and I were laughing all the way through the wedding. As a matter of fact, we had put up 3 cameras, which I edited later on. And we had family members like, can you re-edit that so it doesn't look like you're laughing?
Oh,
so a lot of times you would just see us, kneeling, or it's a good Catholic wedding, or from the camera from behind, and all you would see is just shoulders doing this.
Did you guys have laughing gas beforehand?
We had luckily we didn't plan our wedding. It was planned for us. Mm-hmm. So if it had been one of those, if we had been actively, this is the reading we're going to have, and this is what's going to happen, we may have been angry. Because they're just, think of Bridezilla or Groomzillas or whatever they're called. But since we had no idea what was going on, honestly, everything is falling apart around us. And there was at one part, we had here's my family candle, here's Jennifer's family's candle, here's the wedding candle. You have the 2 wicks, you light the 2 candles, you light the one up above. Mm-hmm. And so they brought us over here and we're like, what are we supposed to do? So
you don't have a rehearsal?
We didn't we had a really quick rehearsal.
Okay.
But you have to realize our 2 priests, English was their 3rd language. And
okay.
It just, and so we also have a full church of family friends that live in Japan. We only had 6 people from my side come over for the wedding. And most of them are Buddhists, so they've never been to a Catholic wedding before. So it's just everyone's kind of sitting around what's going on as well. But they bring us over to the candle, and Jennifer lights her candle and then lights the candle without me. And the priest does this, and then so she blows out my candle, or she blows out the family candle. And they're like, no. So we have to relight the candle. So she basically snuffed her family, and then we had to light and take the big candle and get that done. So instead of just taking 2 things and lighting the one thing, it took 6 or 7 times.
Wow.
And at one point, I have to tell you this whole story, but the priest wanted the blessing of the rings. Mm-hmm. And so he put his hand out, and my brother gave my other brother the ring, who gave it to me, who I gave it to the priest. The priest gave it back to me, and I gave it back to my brother. And my brother gave it back to the brother, and the priest just goes, hold on. And then
what are you guys doing? Sorry, you guys sound like this is a clown wedding.
It was when we walked out, and you could see there's a cameraman outside. When the priest came out, they fell to the ground laughing. They kept it together during the entire wedding, but just lost it outside. The reading was picked out for the day, but the woman panicked and couldn't find the reading, so she just read whatever that Sunday's was, and it was just
not about love or anything.
No, it was thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not, blah, blah, blah.
The 10 Commandments.
Yeah, basically just laying down kind of these these gospel readings. And I looked over at Jen, and who had picked it out, and I'm like, you're really laying it on thick right away, aren't you? And she's like, that's not my reading. That's not my reading. Oh.
Maybe you can't laugh giving birth, or you can't be the husband laughing at the wife giving birth. That's probably inappropriate. I would imagine. I would not take too kindly if that was happening.
My second child.
Shape up or ship out.
Shape up or ship out. My second child, my mom, my wife, and my wife's best friend were of course, my wife's going to be there for the birth. A female doctor and the Abdullah, the female nurse as well, Nurse Jane, who we called her, were all in while Jen was giving birth, and I was there as well. And it was at one point, fathers have really nothing to do except coach and to be
hold
there
hands
and hold hands.
Yeah.
And at one point, she was in pain, and you feel bad because there's nothing you can do to take it away from them except let them hold your hand as hard as possible. And I remember saying something, and I had 4 people go, shh. Dang. So we had a third child simply so I could be in there alone. So
okay.
A court case. Don't laugh during a court case.
Okay.
Or a traffic stop or interrogation.
Speaking of, so in 2012, I was rear-ended. I was actually on the phone with my mom. I was leaving I think I was a daytime bartender, and I was leaving my shift. So this was around like when traffic used to be a thing, around 5-ish, and traffic was picking up for the day, whatever. So going on, I want to say it was 62. When all of a sudden traffic slowed down and then halted to a stop. And I slowed down, halted to a stop. The woman behind me must not have been paying attention, but it was like she came in hot. Like she had to have been going at least 30 miles per hour. Like smashed my entire back trunk.
Did you see her coming at you, or did you not know at all?
But so then it just hit me, and my phone, I screamed, and my phone threw across my car. Kind of forgot I was on the phone with my mom. Apparently, I said I called back like 10 minutes later. She says it was 45 minutes, and she had to go on a walk with my dad because they were so like, why is she not picking up what happened? And I was like, actually, no, I was just outside my car getting the woman's information. I had never been in a car accident before. I didn't know you were supposed to call the cops. I was taking the lead of this woman who was in her mid-50s. Like, she did not seem all there. She was very frazzled, and also, like, I could just tell not a human with their head put on the right way. Gives me her stuff. She's like, well, I mean, it looks like you can drive home still. And I was like, sure, I guess. I don't know. And then 20 minutes later, I get home. I get a call from her. Actually, I gave you the wrong policy number. This is actually my current one. That I gave you an old one. AKA, she committed insurance fraud. She did not have insurance, and then got insurance, and then called me. And then she goes, the only favor I ask is that you say that the time of the accident when you filed the claim is right now. And I was like, no. So when everything happened, my insurance had to pay to fix my car. So I had to pay the deductible, $500. So we had to go to court and everything. I don't even think she showed up. But that was 2012. I just received the check for my $500 deductible last week.
Yeah. What'd you do with it?
I think I haven't even deposited it yet. My dad would kill me if you heard me say that. But they've been garnishing her wages for the last like 10 years. So just slowly make it. And like I think it was like $9,000 in damages that she did to my trunk. So State Farm got theirs first. And then once, I don't know, they got theirs, I could get mine back. So that was fun.
Did you have the car fixed at all?
I did.
Okay.
Back then I was driving a black Dodge Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have that anymore, obviously.
I don't. I eventually, a couple years later, got T-boned. And then that was not fixable. So I took the whatever they said. They probably valued the car at more than what it should have been. But I got a nice valuation from them. And then I just bought a new one.
Going in to a body shop after like a small fender bender is always Oh, that's about $600. Really? Because it's...
Well, I know. Well, I love how a lot of times don't they just say like, well, it's going to cost a lot because to get to it, we're going to need to do other things that might get ruined in the process. Oh, okay. Anyways, that was my court case story.
I told you in the past too, when I'm in pain, I laugh.
Yeah.
You know,
I could, yeah, same.
Or, you know, every once in a while you get like that tight chest, or you get like a Charlie horse, and I'll just start laughing for no reason because you can't see pain. So suddenly you just see this guy like, what are you doing? Or the dentist with his...
The fitness podcast I listened to, they were talking about, they were talking about strength, but have you ever tried, when you're angry, you can probably lift a lot more. If you're laughing, you can't lift what you normally could lift because like it's your CNS. It's how like your response system is. Like if you're tense and ready to go, like your CNS is like, all right, I have to prepare for something that's gonna happen. What do I need to do? And then if you're laughing, they're like, we don't need to do anything.
We don't need to do anything.
We're not on the defense. It's cool.
You always hear stories about people having superhuman strength in really situations, and I don't want that situation to ever happen. But
you're curious.
I'm curious, like what would...
That's how I was curious about sumo. I still want to do it on grass, not on snow. I failed very hardly.
Sierra went down like a bag of potatoes, and it was a thump for the ages.
Anyways,
going back, sometimes I laugh too when I'm mad. My brothers more so, but we both have that. Oh God, what am I gonna do? Teeth grinding. Name something folks might lie about on a dating profile.
Age.
Number 1.
Damn, I think I've gotten number 1 all but one time.
Yeah. Other
things?
Souvenir shop. You got dating faux pas. Yep. Karaoke, nah.
No.
Ideas to laugh and name something. Yeah, you were 4 for 5 here. What else?
Sorry. I just took another.
For those of you at home, a large frog just jumped through the set.
If you have children or not?
No, they don't have that, but they have
really divorced.
Yeah, marital relationship status.
Height.
Yep, number 2. Weight.
You don't put weight on your dating profile.
And then the last one is income or job.
Okay. Good for that.
Got to be able to date a guy that I can wear heels for. That's me.
Then I wouldn't be able to date you.
We're not. Name things people lie about on resumes.
Experience?
Mm-hmm.
Diploma? Or like college, where they went to?
Education is number 1. Skills, experience are 4. Which job titles.
Sure. Could see that. Or what their job duties, what they do at that job.
Duties.
Some people make it sound like their job is a lot more important than it is.
Yeah. The number 3 here is length of time worked at job as well. So.
Well, yeah. That is one thing that I've noticed about so many people's resume. It's like it still says present for like when they're doing stuff or whatever, a job. And they're like, oh, that was done about like 7 months ago. And it's like, I understand you probably haven't looked at your resume in that time, but if you're applying, like I don't even have a resume right now. I think it died when my last actual personal laptop died about 7 years ago. And I just never have tried to make a new one. Probably should. But if I was about to apply for a job, I would update my resume to make it seem like everything is current and up to date. But so many people have like, oh, I was an intern for Gopher Athletics from blank to present. And it's like, you've been graduated for a year. How are you still there? Oh, I need to update that part. Why did you not go through your resume before you sent it in? I don't know.
As a freelancer, that's almost impossible for me because sometimes a job would last a week, sometimes it would last months, and so it's like how long?
That's fine. Then keep it present.
But keep the present. But it's like how long have you been doing this? Well, there's so many different companies that I've worked for.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you can't keep a job. Well, that has nothing to do with it because no one's hiring a full-time copywriter. But some of the really cool. Either accolades or experience or work things could be 20 years old at this point, but many people are like, don't put anything over 10 years. I'm like,
Unless it's current.
I would love people to be like, what do you do with the Saints? Let's sit down.
That's why I don't want to tackle a resume.
I work with people and...
Can I just have... The Saints have literally been my only experience. I take that back. I was going to say in 10 years. The last one was bartending, but I did work part-time for the Twins for 8 of the 10 years that I've been with the Saints. So I guess I could put that on there.
Name Halloween costumes that are professions.
Fireman.
That is number 3.
Policeman.
That is number 2.
Shooties.
Shooties. That was a bar.
No, that's a actual...
I'll give you hints.
Maybe.
We have them running around on field all the time. With bodies and coats and...
Drunk people?
Yes, drunk people. Doctors.
Oh.
Construction
Nurse.
workers and astronauts. Nurse is number 1, too, as well. So, though I think the doctor and the nurse costumes tend to be quite different at Halloween.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Ruby's site or something like that. Name a reason you might go home early from work.
Sick.
Sick is number 1.
You have an appointment. Something in your house needs to get fixed, and they give you a window of when they're going to be there.
Close. This is emergency.
Sure.
But I've had that too, where I've had a plumbing problem. I'm like, they're like, you'll be here in 1 to 3 hours. It's like, no, let's go. Holiday. You'd leave early for a holiday. The number 4 is my favorite. Quit. I quit.
Oh.
Twice I've just walked out. And I can't do this anymore. Name a place where you need to wait in line.
Bathroom.
Not on here.
What?
Not on here. They're specific locations.
I don't know. Store?
Yeah, grocery store. Yep, number 1.
Concession stand.
Yeah, that's what I was not on here, and that's what makes
What?
Yep, I know.
What other places do you wait in line?
Bank, DMV, airport,
Nobody
and the
goes to the
park.
bank anymore.
Do you do digital banking?
I do.
I'm making my son do it. I'm still a physical going and
Are you?
Yeah, because my wife is independent, so she gets paid individual checks and stuff like that. So we're not going to take a picture of every single one, and I got to make sure that they go into direct ones. But my son, I'm like, you learn how to do it the way they do it in 2022, not the way my teacher taught me to write a check and deposit in 1995.
I really had to get my dad on board with me not reconciling my checkbook when I was in college.
I used to be, because there were so many individual checks coming in, and I would have a lot of 1099s at the end of the year, like 15, 20.
That does not surprise me.
Just drove my tax guy nuts.
Well,
but I had to be to the penny, and if I wasn't to the penny, I would spend hours trying to figure out where it was. And then one day I'm like, this is ridiculous. I've got a bank statement that I can pull up at any time. I don't need to wait for that monthly
True
statement
story.
anywhere. There we go. I'm so exciting in my personal life. Name a holiday people hate.
Valentine's Day.
Boom, number 1.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
We used to celebrate, we'd call it Black Valentine's Day, where we would just show up all single and be surly and get drunk during the night and then complain about exes and then wonder why we didn't have dates for the night.
That's definitely not going to happen with myself tonight. But I did try to wear this is like light pink, kind of.
Well, maybe because your skin's showing through.
I don't know. Flowers. Wait. What other holidays do people hate?
Yeah. Tell you which one I hate. St.
Patrick's Day? I love that one.
Yeah, I think St. Patty's is probably on the top of what people like. That's not on here, though.
Thanksgiving?
Nope.
I was going to say, why would you just... Christmas?
Nope.
What's the... Hanukkah?
These are honestly going to end with that stupid.
Kwanzaa?
April Fool's Day.
Do we count that as a holiday?
No. Columbus Day.
You can't count those.
I want to know the person that's really surly about Columbus Day.
Well, because they say that he's the one that started the whole taking land from the Native Americans, right?
So hating the idea behind holiday rather than the day off.
So do people say like Martin Luther King Day because they're dumb?
They're dumb. Well, the other one is
President's Day.
I don't like New Year's. I've never been a New Year's person at all.
Well, great, because I just made a theme for the summer where we're celebrating New Year's.
That'll be okay. And then Black Friday, which I don't
That's
celebrate.
not a holiday.
These aren't holidays. Say it. Just say it's stupid. Just say it.
That is stupid.
Thank you. That makes me happy. And then, name red flags on a dating site.
Didn't we do that one?
No.
Oh, that's the thing you do lie about?
Yeah.
Red flags on a dating site?
Yeah. I don't know. Not having a photo.
Okay.
Or
I could see that.
Even like an updated photo. Here's
it's hard to say a red flag without knowing anything about the person.
Yeah. Creepy messages.
Yeah. Well, duh.
Do people really put Venmo, Cash Apps, or Apple Pay on sites?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. You quote, no drama, using the phrase no drama. Okay. And then all group photos.
That is difficult. You don't know which person it is. And you got to go through all the photos to try and figure out who's the common denominator here.
I like to hang out with people and have friends. I'm a group person.
I would say a red flag is when you can clearly tell the picture is from, if it's from, I'm going to go with 3+ years ago, maybe 4. But you can tell when something's like from back in 2010 because the picture quality is absolute crap. Why would you use a picture like that
The
then?
cell phone pixelated picture?
Yeah, like it's not real. It's not depicting of who you are. You could have, just saying this, not saying it happened to me or anything, but you could have gained 30 pounds since then. You could look completely different, have no hair anymore, or like, I don't know, lost your teeth.
I was teaching my daughter about social media the other day. We were talking about the Kardashians and plastic surgery.
Yeah, not a fan.
And I showed them before and after pictures, and her face was just like, that's not the same person. I'm like, it is. Not only that, the second picture that you're looking at, and if any Kardashians are listening, whatever. I'm like, even
if the Kardashian is listening, we made it.
We made it. I'm like, even the picture you're looking at right now is not what they look like. There are so many filters, so many blah, blah, blah.
For sure. They filter all of their pictures.
So I was just like, don't believe anything that you see anywhere. Before we go, Miss Bailey, how are on-field promotion interns, I can't get the word out, game day interns going?
What do you mean?
Any good stories? Any good? Are we done with the process? How long does this go on?
Let's just say I think I might have 1 or 2 interviews scheduled, and we have about half of what we need. So I might need to put a little post. Got so caught up with full-time interns, and I was hiring for game days, but now it's like promo schedule time and getting that done. That internships kind of just took a backside because my actual job was calling my attention and figuring out the marketing budget. Any
returning interns from last year?
We usually don't let them.
Anyone moving up to full-time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think we have 4 maybe that were game days last year that are going to be full-times this year. Exciting things. I know I probably should start. Our season starts in April.
I'm going to have to get their names from you. So when I see them, I'm like, hey, you? Yeah. When they come back 2 years later, they're like, don't you remember I was an intern?
I'll give you flashcards.
You are. Hey, this was episode 28. Thank you for listening.
Was it? Wow. The shadow of your hair on this wall.
Oh, it's so fuzzy right now.
It's just spiky.
I don't even want... Right here. Right there?
Well, no, I'm talking about the up one. The one at your widow's peak. Yeah, that. Is that... What?
Dad, when did you start losing your hair?
No, that's not... Isn't everyone's called a widow's peak?
It is. This is a very prominent feature.
I wasn't saying it because of that. I promise.
I know.
Because I can also see Sister Roz's shadow behind too. You can even see her arms and everything.
Comfortable with who I am. Hey, I think that's all we got. That's all we got. Thanks for listening.
Hey. Ho. Oh, hey. Hey. Ho.
Oh, wait, Joey.
Oh, hey.
What are we listening to as we leave today?
Is it a karaoke song?
I turned myself off last week, by the way.
We are going to listen to Mu-Donna, which is Mo Bamba, but it's all about Madonna. It just felt like it was fitting. The Super Bowl just happened, and they featured a ton of hip-hop artists, so Mo Bamba, or Mu-Donna.
I missed it last night, the halftime show, which is the only thing I watched. But 15 minutes later, it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
every
Oh boy.
90 seconds, every 2 minutes, it cut to a commercial.
Oh really?
So you'd have like da-da-da-da-dun,
Dang.
and then you'd have like a progressive commercial. It's just like, ugh, really.
Dang. It needed more Eminem. Overall, I liked it, but man, Eminem, sorry.
Yeah,
I
one
love
song.
Snoop and Dre have their place with being up there as kings. But Eminem, I'm going to argue, is above them. And why does he only get one song? And yes, I cried when that song came on.
It was a great song. Mary J. Blige got 2.
I know. Well, 50 Cent came
50 Cent
out
was
of
upside
nowhere.
down.
The memes about how fat he is now, sorry, they were kind of cracking me up. Again, if he were to use a picture in his dating profile from back when in the club days, and then you met him, you'd be like, what the hell? Why are you trying to like...
Now he's 75 Cent. What was great too is like halfway through the song, it's like he hadn't been to rehearsals, and he's like, "Hey, there's a lot of girls around me." Just lost focus
Oh gosh.
at all.
Okay,
However,
great.
the last shot of everyone on top of,
Yeah.
of the building was really
Was great.
cool. All right, so we got
Okay, now we're
Madonna,
gonna listen to the
Mo-Bamba.
song.
Who's singing this? Do you know?
This is Belle of the Ballpark is singing this.
Very good. And Andy Crowley putting the music together for all of us.
And make sure to pay attention to all of Zach Neubauer's ad libs as well. They're very
Catchy, punny.
something. They're something.
Zach, we miss you.
Great. Okay, bye.
Bye.